Hey everybody, if you're catching this, you're catching the replay. So I'm excited to jump in here and show you the card making workshop your way, one scoop at a time. And these are the cards that we're going to make today. We're going to make one of each. And then later on this week, perhaps I will be able to show you some variations of different things that you can do with this kit making similar cards. So what I've already done is I've gone ahead and pre-cut everything. And today we're going to do all of the stamping and things of that so that we have some fun stuff to use. Okay, so we're going to do some second generation stamping here today. And we're going to get out our blocks. This is the stamp set that comes in the kit. Super cute. Put it up here so you can see it just a little bit better. So you've got your ice cream scoop and your pineapple and some little sprinkles and little hearts and sentiments and things of that nature. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to make first the pineapple card. And some of the things that we need to do prior to getting into that is we need to go ahead and stamp on our B&T paper this little sentiment called "You're So Sweet," and we're going to have to fussy cut that out. So let me just grab a block super quick here and put this on. I just think this is the cutest little card set. And this is new, so I'm just going to kind of prep it here so that it doesn't, so we get a nice even stamp. I'm going to grab some scratch paper because we're going to need that. And I'm just going to kind of stamp there, and then I'll do a little prep. So tap, tap, twist, twist, tap, tap, and then straight down, straight up. And I'm just seasoning my stamp so it's ready and it gets out any, I don't know, just making sure it's ready to go, I guess, right? Okay, so this kit calls to make 12 cards, 6 of each design. So you would stamp on your B&T paper. And remember, I already have everything pre-cut just to save on time. So you're going to stamp this 6 times because, you know, you're making 6 cards. And you're going to stamp so that the orientation on your paper is going up and down or vertical. And when you do this, you just want to leave yourself enough room to fussy cut this out. We also need to stamp on this same piece of paper the sentiment, "Enjoy life." And we need to do that 6 times. I realize I only have 4 on here, but that's okay. I am just going to save it. Save it, save it, save it, save it. So I'm going to squirt a little cleaner in my scrubber here, clean this off really quick, and put this in. I hope everybody is having a good week, especially now that spring is showing up, I think. First I thought it was showing up, and then winter came back, and so here we are. So hopefully we have some good, just going to condition this one more time. Not one more time, it's a brand new stamp. What am I talking about? And just do a little stamping over here on my scratch paper. Perfect. I like that, and I'm ready to go. We're really going to make one of each card today because I think you get the idea. But it's nice to have some extras ready to go. Perfect. So now all we have to do is fussy cut those out. So there's that stamping done. I've already got juice on here, so I can just clean this off and put my stamp back. Now the next thing that we're going to stamp is our ice cream cone. They have in the kit told us to do this in a pewter. So I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to grab some of my scraps, white daisy scraps. Oops, I did not condition that one, did I? Let's see what happens. Let's live dangerously. Okay. Oh, it comes out just fine. And we're actually supposed to do second generation stamping on this. So I'm going to come in with my scratch paper and then come back in, and there's our ice cream cone. Perfect. And we need 6 of these. Yay. Ooh, it's getting better and better. So the second generation stamping is nice because you just get that lighter version of the original color. That's kind of like our cardstock is like that, if you will. You know, one side is the true color and then the other side is the lighter version. So you kind of get that second generation with our cardstock. So there's that. That's plenty for now. And then we are all done stamping in our pewter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over to the ice cream scoop. Again, we're going to do some more of that second generation stamping with our ice cream scoop, which you could almost use this on a later card, like a cloud. That would be, you know, you could just manipulate that very easily into a cloud. And something that's unique about the ice cream scoop here is that we're going to do second generation stamping and a rock and roll on this. So what I mean by that is we're going to ink the stamp in raspberry and then stamp it on our scratch paper over here. And when we do that, we're going to gently roll the bottom of the stamp back into the raspberry pad after we're done. Okay, so I'll show you on the scratch paper. We're gonna do second generation stamping like so. Hopefully you can see that on there. And then you're just gonna take the bottom of your stamp and you're gonna gently roll it into the ink like so. And there really isn't too much of a wrong way to do this. And then you're gonna just line it up as best as you can. And that's your rock and roll. Okay, so let's do it for real. That was our practice. So we're going to ink it up, grab our sketch, straight down, straight up. Then we're going to rock and roll it into our ink. And I just have a little bit of a line there, and I kind of want to take that line off. And I wonder why I get smudges all over my stuff, because I stick my fingers in there. All right, we're going to line it up as best as we can. And we get our rock and roll. Get a couple more scoops on here. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's a personal preference. It's what you feel comfortable with. It's how you like it to look. And you just keep doing it until you perfect it. You get it to where you like it. You're like, okay, I want a little bit less, or I want a little bit more. And roll with it, right? Okay, so we got 4, and this is going to be our last one. I'm just rocking and rolling it, and this one kind of got up on the side, but that's okay. That's what makes it unique. And now those are ready to fussy cut out. So we've got those, all of those stamping images are done. The last thing that we have to do, I'm just going to bring this in. I'm going to clean off this guy really quick, is our pineapple. Now our pineapple is going to be stamped kind of like the ice cream in 2 different sections. So we're going to start with our pineapple, and I'm going to take my card base and I'm going to stamp directly on my card base. And we just want to remember that this raised image in the spine is the center. So I'm going to bring this over. And I'm going to come down like this, and I'm going to do some stamping in lemon. Just a second, please. And we're going to stamp in regular lemon, no off generation stamping or anything of that nature. And what we are going to do is we're going to stamp in a random pattern all the way around. So you just kind of want to hang it off a little bit. And we're going to end up covering some of these, so if you make a little oops, don't worry about it. And you just kind of want to turn your pineapple into all sorts of different directions. So whatever Kind of makes you happy. This one goes straight up, and it's okay to go off the side of the paper, and that gives you a nice random feel. And then we're going to go ahead and add in our pineapples. So let's get a little in the corner over here. Perfect. So when we add in our, not pineapples, I'm talking about the leaves on top. So we're going to do second generation with our leaves on top. And that comes over pretty easy. We're just going to grab that scratch piece of paper that we were already using. When we're going to grab our yellow Willow ink. Okay. All right, and so what I want to do is I want to know that the center piece right here is going to be covered, right? So we're just going to make sure that wherever we stamp our leaf, you know, it's going to kind of come off. So I'm going to leave that here so I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm going to stamp over here. Now I have my pineapple topper here. I'm going to do my second generation stamping again. And I don't want to stamp on top of this, so I'm going to bring in my scratch paper right on top and do a little masking. So see, it makes it look like that's covered it up. And so this goes here. And then I also want to cover it up here because I don't want, and what you could do is cut out an actual pineapple. And when you cut out the actual pineapple, you won't, you'll have the same image and you won't have that crisp line. But we're just kind of going to make this one work. So second generation stamping, and we're going to come in like this. Come on, paper, work with me here. There. And now he's hidden under there, and you just keep doing that as you go through. So we can even put one here, and we can even put one on to the side over here because there's a pineapple coming in from the side. And you're just stamping off onto your scratch paper. And I think this guy's going to be pretty much covered up, so it wasn't really necessary to stamp there, but let's get a little green in here. Perfect. Love it. Great. So we think we have enough. We'll just put a smidge of green over there on the side. And now our background is done. Love it. It's great. So one of the next things that we need to do is we need to, now that we have our background down, we're going to set that aside, and we're going to grab our whoop, that's a card base. We're going to grab some white daisy, and now we're going to fussy cut these out. So I'm just going to, no second generation stamping because you want this to stand out from your background. And 6. Okay, so we have plenty of room to do that. We'll clean this guy off really quick, and then we're going to grab our pineapple back, and we're going to stamp him in lemon. Get a little extra on there. And we'll do 6 of him so that we can cut him out. Now, I'm not going to cut all 6 of them out. We're just going to make the one, but I just kind of wanted to show you how easy the instructions are for this one scoop at a time. And I was excited to make this card because our local ice cream store just opened, and yummy. Ice cream is on the mind because everybody is gearing up for spring and summer. So we have, these are all ready. These pieces right here are just the stitch circle, and they're going to be background pieces. We're not actually going to stamp on these. So that's good news. So I'm going to just grab my micro tip scissors, and they're non-stick, and we'll just fussy cut one of these out. I'm just going to kind of just cut it out quickly You know, it's like watching paint or mud dry, whichever analogy you want to use sometimes with this. But these are super easy to cut out. And the microtip scissors just, I don't know, they're super sharp. They have the regular ones and then they have the non-stick. I have the non-stick, that way if I have to cut anything with adhesive that might be on the back of it for trimming or what have you, or maybe I need to cut down some of my 3D foam tape, I don't have to remember to switch scissors. I just grab these and go. I like this, so I like these the best. Okay, and turn your paper when you cut to help alleviate any of those jagged lines, and it makes it go nice and smooth. Here we go. We'll come in on this side. And then what we can do is we can jazz this up a little bit with some 3D foam tape, and we can just easily pop up some of the elements to give them a little bit more depth and character, and I think that always sets the card off nicely. So we'll grab a ice cream cone, and I'm just going to cut him right up to the stamped image. Nothing too fancy there. And my scoop, I like this scoop on the bottom, so I'm going to do this one over here. Again, you know, when we're creating these, just know that there's no right or wrong way to stamp your images. You know, it's personal preference. It's how you like it, or maybe how you think the person you're going to give the card to likes it. That's all that really matters. So don't let that stop you from crafting. Like, just do it. And the more you do it, the more you'll perfect your own technique. So the more you'll be like, oh, you know what, I like doing it this way, or you know what, I don't like the way this looks. You know, like I said, the more that you do it, the more you'll perfect it to how you like it. And these don't really take too much time to fussy cut out, as you can see. It goes pretty quickly. I'm trying to make sure I got these on camera and I'm not putting them too close to my face, which is away from the camera, which I probably did. But I can't see the camera, so I don't know if I'm doing that or not, or any of the comments. And you can leave as much white border or as little white border as you want. It's, you know, whatever looks good. And that willow is just a really pretty green. I really like that. And especially, you know, being able to do that second generation stamping, I just really think that's a really pretty green either way that you use it. But the true color is so vivid. One of my favorite greens. I was asked a question, if you had to pick 5 inks, which one from Close to My Heart would you pick? And that was, I was like, oh, that's easy, you know, I'll just pick, oh, wait, you know, it's like, it's kind of hard to do that, but I would definitely stick with the rainbow, you know, a red, a green, a blue, a pink. Okay, so now I have these all fussy cut and ready to go, and I'm going to push this off to the side. Now it's time to assemble our cards. So I'm going to flip this guy back over. That's what I was using to do all my stamping on, obviously. I'm going to grab my pineapple card here. So we've already got our base down, and now I just need to add some adhesive to it. And let me flip out these circles because I put them in the wrong pile. So I'm going to need one of these white pieces, a lemon piece, one of my dotted stitch circle pieces, and then my fussy cut. So what I'm going to do first is, you have 2 options. You have the really dark lemon, and then you have the light. So I'm going to put the dark down so it doesn't blend too much in with my pineapples, because we can't have it blending in, right? All right. As much as I use this guy, you would think I'd figure it out by now, right? I'm gonna put some adhesive in here, and this is just going to go in the center. So you're just going to center it as best as you can, just like so. And then the next piece that's going to come in is going to be your white daisy, and it's going to go right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dress this up just a little bit, and I want to put some journaling on here. Doodle, a journaling doodle is what we'll call it. And we'll just grab our journaling pen, and we're just going to go around the side, and I just kind of want to bring some contrast in here and just kind of make this pop so it doesn't all blend in. Of course, if you don't like the doodle, then don't do it, but I like it. I think it took a while. Like when I first started, you know, playing around with it, I was like, not really sure about all this. But then as I started playing around with it, I was like, oh, hey, I really like this. Okay, so we're going to add this circle in here, and now we're going to stop right here because we're going to come back to our stamp set, and we are going to grab and one fine apple, and we have some just a little bit stamping left on here. And we're going to grab our raspberry. We're going to ink this up. Looks good. And just right here at the bottom, right above my doodling, do straight down, straight up. Perfect. Super cute card. And now we can come back to assembling. And so my pineapple can go here. We're going to put this guy right here. We're going to put him down first. Your sweet and one fine apple. And then I'm going to grab some foam popper doohickey thingies. So those aren't coming. Let's see. I am going to grab the inside of our shaker kit. Has all these extra little foam pieces, and they work great for things like this. So we'll just throw those on there. Lava, come on, come off. Okay, and then now we can put him right here, and we're going to do the same thing to the top of the pineapple, to the little leaves. Just add that 3D foam from this. This is our shaker card kit, and bring him in right here. Now he looks like one fine piece. And so what I did was, this is our shaker window foam and acetate kit. And so I just took a circle, because you'll use this to make the kit. And then when you're done with this outer circle, you're left with all of these pieces. And so that's what I was using to do that. So these little kits make all of our shaker cards for us, and then we don't have to, you know, mess with cutting out those. So here's card number 1, super cute. And I have some ideas of how to freshen this up later on this week that I'm definitely going to pop in with that. And there are some cute little beads, and of course they're not on my work surface, are they? Not beads, gems. Well, hopefully they'll be in. I'll pop up. It always happens, doesn't it? It always happens where I am leaving something that I needed somewhere, everywhere but what I needed. Okay, so let's put the second card together because we're spinning. So we're going to grab our card base, and again, this piece right here, scored, it's already pre-scored. Our card base is already pre-scored, but the raised image or the raised edge, Lord have mercy, I think you all know what I'm trying to say, goes in the center. And I just take a bone folder and just reinforce that. And then just make sure your card's opening the right way. And so you're going to need your raspberry cardstock. You're going to need a white daisy stitch circle. You're going to need your sentiments that we cut out. You're going to need your accent pieces. I could just throw them to you. And then we'll need our ice cream scoop, and our base page. And then this paper collection is from the Something Fierce. So that's where this paper comes from, but it comes in a kit. So the kit comes with all the papers that you need to create this. So I think that's really cool. Before we get started, I'm going to do some more journaling. I'm just going to do it around the edge. Journal doodling is what I should call it, not journaling, because I'm not actually writing anything. So I'm just going to go around the edge. Because there's nothing here, it's a little stark, and it just kind of brings it, I feel like it brings it together. Just real simple, real super quick. And then we can add this piece in, because this piece goes right here in the center. I just think that brings that in. Of course, all of our papers, you know, are double-sided, so you can totally flip it over and do the other side. Perfect. Okay, we're going to stop right there for a second because we just have a little bit more stamping to do, but it's kind of important, so I'm going to twist this over, and we're going to grab our raspberry. So we're going to use the dark side of it. I'm going to grab the sprinkles from our stamp set. I'm going to grab my raspberry ink. And we're going to do some tone-on-tone stamping, and that just means we're going to stamp in the same color in which our cardstock is. Boom. Done, easy, a little bit of contrast. Looks good. Yay. Now you could do as much or as little as you wanted. I'm just doing a simple single row. And now I can bring this back over and we can finish our card off. So this is going to go in the center. Actually, it's not. We're going to center it to the left of our striped page, like here. Oop. Okay. And then we're going to come in with our dotted paper, which is the opposite of this one. So remember, if you decide to flip this over, then you're going to have to flip this one over. So it's going to go right from the edge of the card all the way to the other edge of the card. And then we're going to come in with our lemon cardstock. And again, there's two different colors. There's that light version and then the dark version. So we're going to use the light. And he's going to sit right under this one. Perfect. If your papers are a little bit longer, which I tend to cut mine just a hair longer, then I can just come through and snip it off. And if I had any adhesive on there, don't worry about them sticking to my scissors because I use the non-sticks. Okay, so here's this. And now we can put in our circle. And we're going to put him right about here. I'm going to bring in some white daisy really quick. And we're going to add one scoop at a time sentiment. And we're going to do that in raspberry also. Oops, my stamp is crooked. Saw that there. Okay, and I'm just going to stamp it right here at the bottom. Like so, straight up, straight down. And then I am going to just, as straight as possible, cut it out. And then I am going to just kind of do the edges on an angle like that. And this is going to go down right over here. You could dovetail this. It would be just as cute. Right about, oops, I think right about here looks good. Okay, now I'm going to get those foam out because I want to use it for the sentiment. I'm going to put my cone down flat, but I'm going to use it for the sentiment. So let's build our cone first. So we'll just kind of, he'll hang off maybe a little bit right here. Here's a cone there. Now I'm going to add my foam to the back of this, and we're just going to give him a little bit of character and dimension by popping him up. Super simple. Nope, you know what? I'm going to cut these in half. That's the glory of these scissors. Look, it didn't even stick. If you don't have these, you need these in your life. Put this back over here. Something tells me that my headset is off and you probably can't hear a word that I'm saying since I just heard my notification go off on my phone and not in my ear. Hopefully that's not the case. So we're going to enjoy life one scoop at a time. So there is our super cute card number 2 and card number 1. So if you join me on Friday morning for Cards and Coffee, I am going to show you a variation to using both of these and some different ways to use this cute, adorable stamp set. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining me, and you have a great Wednesday.